Hello! Welcome back to Voluminum. This is episode 14, and I'm enjoying this guardian shower behind me. And this is the entrance to get to that monstrosity we were just looking at. So this is the AFK portal for the Guardian farm, where you come out on top. Right now I've just got a bot there called Guardian so we can see the havoc that's being unleashed on this side of the nether. So that's where you go into AFK, and I wanted a nice little thing to go down to the storage that's all the way down there, and a safe way to go down, because I didn't want to just fly down to a big open air storage room that I could be shot by gas or whatever if I don't have another mob switch on. So this is our entrance to this little elevator that I put together. Little character acts like he doesn't like it. He's like, oh, ow, 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 ow. And I found out that you don't want to put a block above your head. Anyways, yeah, you can see the Guardians falling there. And we get down to our storage. I apologize for the frames. Probably not very good right now, and these chests are kind of bugging out because there's a lot going on up above this room. But this is where our items are being stored really quickly. And this is a storage that is made by GPW, I think is the one who came up with the double speed sorter here. And then basically this storage system was put together by Hammer SMP, or the crew on there. And this needs to be blue ice, by the way, if you want to build this, because I built it with packed ice at first, and these items were not going along. But this is what we're looking at. The Guardian farm is finished. I hope you liked the little intro video. I will never, ever have to worry about getting Prismarine again. Oh my god. This is insane. So, you got all the items coming down here, and basically these pistons are just constantly being pushed back and forth, and it's pushing an uneven level here. There's like a bunch of, you basically have like a block, and then you have a stone cutter, a slab, then a trapdoor, and so these pistons shifting back and forth, they're kind of just pushing the items down, or letting the items fall through, and they're being pushed along here, and then these slime blocks are pushing them along the ice. Obviously in the nether you can't have water, or else that's what I would have used. So this little mechanism here just pushes all the items along the hoppers. And it's pretty noisy. Let me just turn this off for now. And anything that doesn't get sorted, there is a lot of waste, but it really isn't a big deal. There's enough being sorted that I don't think it'll be a big issue. I'm not sorting any fish. I just don't think I need to. But yeah, this is working perfectly. It took a good couple weeks to get it sorted. I'll go over to the perimeter and talk about that a little bit. Oh, what happened here? Hello? But this is the room design I came up with for the storage. It's okay, I guess. I'm not the greatest builder, so this is just kind of what I came up with. I didn't want to spam Prismarine around too much, so, you know, there was some in the ceiling here, and I tried to go along with the thing from the perimeter, which is all these quartz and cyan terracotta. Over here is a little crafting station for sea lanterns. So basically it's just, I just put some shards there, crystals here, craft up the sea lanterns and put them in these shulkers, and then once these shulkers are full, it'll break the box, put it in this barrel, and dispense a new empty shulker. And this is just a quick way of like crafting up a bunch of sea lanterns if I need them, because now I can actually have an insane amount of sea lanterns if I want to. But yeah, this is actually done. This project is actually fully 100% done. The Guardian perimeter. So this is this little elevator that takes us back up. Press that button. And this is kind of a thing that Ilmango showed recently, this little block elevator. Look at them all. It's insane. Alright, we're back up on top. So let's pop through where the AFK spot is. We could get a little bit better look at the perimeter. This is our bot here that we just got standing. So down there is where all the chaos is going on. I did manage to get all the quartz for this perimeter. Took a long time. Down there is white carpet, and underneath all of that carpet is glowstone. Let's fly down here. That's why it's so bright. Yeah. There's also a lot of glowstone. Oh, that's kind of weird. At least because the slabs are waterlogged, probably. Anyways. Yeah, this is basically something that was shown off by gnembon a little while ago. Actually, way back when he did his like 1.8 million Guardian Farm project thing. Except he didn't have sea lanterns above. It was just slabs. But slabs, I guess, don't count as like a roof anymore after 115.2. So you need to replace it with actually like a solid block, or not a solid block, but a full block. And these sea lanterns are great for that because they also light up the obsidian next to it instead of having to place carpet on the obsidian. I did some research, and it turns out these pillager outpost farms are even slower than I thought they were. I think they do drop emeralds, but very, very little. So this is going to be put on hold for now. Kind of shelved it. This is where he blew up the outpost last episode. These guys are just kind of chilling out in the open now. It's still something I want to do, because I actually spent a long time and came up with a design for one with portals. I was pretty proud of, but it was just slow no matter what, basically. And I needed the emeralds fast because I wanted to get... Ah! Look at this guy. I wanted to get this Guardian perimeter done. I was so eager to finish it. I have the kind of mindset that once I start something, I really, really want to finish it, and it's gonna bug me until I do. So yeah, I needed the emeralds fast. So a raid farm was something that I didn't want to do, but I ended up doing. So right over here, that's our gateway to the villager trading hall, right above the obsidian platform. And this over here is to this raid farm. Whoa. And this is one by Ray's Works. Like I said, I'm not a fan of these, but I needed to get the emeralds and I wanted to get it done quick. So this one's pretty fast, even though, as you can see down there, yep, I've died twice to this thing now. I don't know, it works for a while and then it doesn't. I don't know. I think the problem is definitely the Vex, but I don't know if like let's get that out of here. It's bugging me. I don't know if the sword I'm using isn't right, or if like, so you're pushed in here and you have to swing like right there. And I don't know if like somehow after enough AFK time that like maybe my mouth slides a little bit and it just doesn't get I start hitting this block maybe, and I don't hit the evokers or whatever they're called that spawn the Vex. Anyways, other than those two deaths, this thing's been working great. The main reason that I didn't want to make raid farms is because the guys that come down and spawn the Vex are so hard to deal with. You either gotta place like a crap ton of boats around you while you're AFK, or you do this, which doesn't seem to still work 100% of the time. So this is the farm that he made. All credit to him. But in his download, there's just like 2 double chests here under this hopper, and I knew that was gonna be a bad idea, setting something like that up. So I went ahead and made a storage for it. Basically, the items come down through that minecart hopper into these hoppers, into this dropper, and they're kicked out into this water stream, all the way down here. I think I was talking about how these gateways work in my Wither Rose episode. When you go through it, you end up like at the very, very top block way up there. I thought it was 10 blocks or so above the gateway. According to the wiki, it's something like that, but definitely not, because every time I come through the portal, I end up way up there. That's kind of why I made this little pond. So for the reason, like, after the first time I died, I couldn't get down to get my items, so luckily I had, like, that little water source there that I fell into, and I was like, okay, so next, if I die again, I'll have to, I need to make a little platform I can jump from up there and fall down here on. I'm not going to go through how this works exactly. I'm sure you've either seen it, but if not, I'll link Ray's video in the description. It's really simple. You just have a little villager down there that activates the raid, and right over there you can see the trading hall, so it was pretty easy to get this guy over here. It's one of the reasons I made this raid farm like right next to the hall. or the gateway over. This is a void gateway, by the way. I made another one. It was really easy to bridge out basically and put them down there. I tried getting them through the gateway, but I ended up losing a couple villagers instead. They fell into the void. But we got this guy in there, nice and safe. Anyways, the storage. So items come down into this water stream here. They go over this double speed sorter. This one's by C5. And so I've got 2 for emeralds. This one's working really well. Redstone, gunpowder, and sticks. Mainly sticks and gunpowder because these are the witch drops that I care about. And these other ones can, you know, I don't get as much of, but I still get some. And this is the overflow. So what I've got set here is, I know you can sort out crossbows with furnaces, and I think the axes as well, but the totems and saddles are a little bit more complicated, so for now, this is the overflow, basically. And I got it set up where when this last hopper fills up, meaning like all these are full, this light will turn on, and it lets me know to hit that switch. And that just kicks all the overflow items out. So I don't have to manually empty these. Basically, I can come over here and get what I want out. And these are like the keeper chests. So I'm already keeping some crossbows in case I ever want to play around with those. Totems, some banners, and saddles. Got plenty. I don't think I'll ever need more saddles. But now if we ever need more emeralds for trading, we've got a reliable way to do that. Alright, back over here at the main end island. And you can see a couple pieces of bedrock there. Taken down 2 of these towers so far. I left the bedrock pieces here for now. I'll probably end up taking them down, but I'm trying to think of something fun we can do with them, because these are the only pieces of bedrock in the world that are just free floating, like pieces of bedrock. So maybe we can think of something fun to do with them. I'll probably end up just breaking them. I wanted to go ahead and share kind of my idea for this end island. It's a project that's going to be pretty big. It's still kind of a work in progress. The idea I have in my head, I'm kind of working it out. I'm just going to go into camera mode. It'll be a lot easier to explain. So that's our obsidian platform we spawn in on. Adjacent to that is the exit bedrock portal. And see, this end island is weird that like it's almost split in 2. So what I plan on doing is taking down these pillars, then completely taking down this island, either by means of a lot of TNT or digging it out. It could be useful to dig it out just so I'll have like pretty much endless amounts of endstone, and then dig this island out to where it's more level. You can see how it's kind of slanted down, and then this is like a little pit down here where this is. I actually want the island to be lower than this portal here, so that's going to be gone. That whole section over there, this is going to be much lower, and I'm going to cover the island in either mycelium or the new nylium blocks coming with 116, and that's kind of the timeline I'm giving myself to tackle this project. Is like it'll be about the time 116 comes out where I start laying down the the floor for this. Oh, he's mad. But I think this end island is going to end up becoming more or less my base, because I have so many useful farms that are going to be on each of these gateways. Like I've got the villager hall, the emerald farm there, the wither rose farm is in that portal, and our shulker farm is in that one. It's our first gateway. And I've got a list of farms. I've got a lot more ideas of farms that we could put at these end gateways, and mainly just because it makes the most sense. You don't have to make a perimeter for the farm, so essentially the perimeter's already made for these portals that I make a void gateway. So I've still got 2 that I've made void gateways. Actually 3. That one, the north, west, and south gateways, and then I can make more if I wanted to. And the first big build that I'm going to make here is actually going to be my storage system for the world, because the one at the starter area is pretty good. I have the digging storage that sorts all the items that I do from digging a perimeter, and I have like some manual storage. It's okay, but I want one that basically will be the world storage for basically all the items that are stackable at least. I know that sounds a little crazy, but I've already got a good list that I've been working on. So this is just a notepad. Very, very basic and to the point, but this is kind of how I've been categorizing all the things I need to sort. This is the amount of items that I've allocated so far to be sorted. 625, and I think there's something like 700 or so stackable to 64 at least, and I've got to work on the 16 stackables, but I've got most everything in its proper place, so where it needs to be sorted, or at least where it makes sense to me to be sorted. And I've just got to work on the actual system now. But I'm not sure, I haven't decided yet if I actually want the system to be in like the middle of the island here, or more out near that obsidian platform where you come in at. Because that would be convenient for, you hop in the end and you're right at the storage. But it's also right under the, oh god. But it's also right under the gateways. So kind of don't have a lot of headway there unless I want to make it like out over the void over there, which is an option. And I forgot to mention too that like when I lay all the floor for this island, either mycelium or whatever I decide to, it's not just going to be that. This is going to be like my custom biome basically, because I really like the new nether trees that we're going to have, and the new, like all the nether stuff will be really cool looking I think out here in the void. And I might even, I know I said that section of the end island is going to be, I'm going to take that down. But this one, and I'm going to lower this one, but I might actually expand it a little bit bigger to where it's basically under all the end gateways. And how I mentioned to have all the I'm going to have farms for each end gateway. I want to have basically like a custom build that goes up and around the gateway to signify what it is. So right now I kind of just played around with a little platform there for the villager trading hall. But I want to have one for the Shulker farm, for the emerald farm, the wither rose farm, and all that. And then some for the rest of the farms that I make too. And one big thing I want to have is this whole island be spawn proof. So I'll be using a lot of shroom lights, because I think those will be really fun to play around with. I'll even use some beacons. That'll be a fun challenge to light up a lot of things with beacons. I have such a good wither skelly farm, a wither killer now to make it the whole process basically just super fast. And once I get all these obsidian pillars down, I'll have all the obsidian I think I'll ever need. Okay, it's a few days later, and I've done a lot of work on the storage that I talked about putting in the end. So this is kind of what I came up with, and originally I had a different idea in my mind for sorting all the items. This is probably a familiar looking design. First of all, the actual design slices are from the Dugged SMP server. They're 2 double chests and 4 items per slice. So, well, per side, and then per slice is 8. So that fits a lot of items into one section. So this one wing here has all the different colored items in the game. And then over here is a lot more, and there's a lot more. I won't get into it right now, but this is basically what I've come up with as far as the storage. Actually wasn't too bad. I just kind of wanted to figure out the category for each item that needs to go in and where they need to go next to each other. The one thing I don't like about this is that you need so many item frames, so it kind of messes with the client FPS. It doesn't do anything on the server, I don't think, but it does drop the frames a little bit. And the block palette here will probably be different. Might not use quartz. Definitely won't use trap chests. I'll be using chests instead. Something funny actually. I was sorting TNT, or I tried to use as many actual blocks as I could instead of item frames to kind of limit the amount of item frames that is on screen at once. So you see I've got all the things that you can have on top of chests that you can actually open. Surprisingly, anvils. I thought anvils you couldn't open chests on, but apparently so. So I used this is the chest we're sorting TNT in, and originally that was a trap chest. So luckily I had saved a schematic of it. But just over here where I was originally designing it, let's see, I think it was, yeah. I had taken a schematic, but I was changing some things around and playing around with some other designs and the way things need to be sorted. And I opened the chest and boom, blew up there. But yeah, so this is just the bare bones of the storage, where items are going to be sorted. And this is most, if not all, 16 stackable items and 64. But we also need to have a solid input system and overflow. So what I plan on doing is having an input system here, I think. Somewhere on this left-hand side, this will be the entrance coming this way. On this left side, we'll go up and it'll go to the very top ice row, go around and go down, down again, around, down again. And on the very last one will come out on the bottom here, I think. And then it will need to go over and just go up to this side. And then all back around again. And then go to this side. And after the very last side, it will go down to overflow. Or bulk. Overflow / bulk. And unsorted items. And that's actually a long way to go for items. But I plan on having, like I said, a proper input to clump the items together so it won't be as laggy. And to make sure all the hoppers will actually pick up every item. So what I plan on doing after every slice, or every section, so this is the first section, is having kind of like an intermediate storage, clump them and spit them out again, so they don't despawn. Because I haven't actually tested it. I guess I could test it once I put the water streams in, to make sure, or like to see how far an item goes, to make sure it doesn't despawn once it goes through the entire system. But I have a feeling it might. So I'm either going to put an intermediate storage, basically another input, just a bit smaller and just for items at the bottom here before it goes up into this next section, and then a bottom over here before it goes into this last section. So that way we don't have to worry about items despawning. Like I said, I'm going to test it and see if it will go maybe through this first and second section, and then we do an intermediate storage here to go through the last section to make sure that nothing despawns. Because I'm going to be putting anything and everything in this chest to the input anyway. So there's a good chance something will be sorted here, over here, and then maybe over there, and on the last section way over there. So, and then of course all the common items that I'm probably going to get tons of, like stone, and all the andesite, diorite blocks, and such. These will fill up pretty fast, and so we'll at least have a double chest of items here to craft things, or get what we need if we want to build something. And then if we want a bunch of it, we can go down into the bulk, which I haven't messed with yet. But I just wanted to show off what I came up with for the bare bones of the storage so far. And thanks to 2No2Name from the Sidecraft server, he sent me a schematic of Ilmango Skyblock server storage. And the actual storage down here, you need movable tile entities for, because there's some pistons pushing hoppers around for the sorting system. But the input, you don't need that for. And this is a really good input. So basically, you have two down here. You can go, I'll link his video in the description so you can go check it out. But basically, you put the loose items in here, and then you put your shulker boxes in here. So let's see. This is an empty one. Well, this will work too, actually. So this will even sort out empty boxes. If you put those in on by accident, they'll be dispensed. And basically that observer saw that was dispensed and sent a signal over here. And if there's nothing in it, it'll just break it immediately. But if it has items in it, let's just get a bunch of these. Oops, yeah. Actually, no, let's just get that many. There we go. We want to put, let's just say we put like a bunch of these in there. These have some items, not many though. It'll unload them at double speed. Right there. And this little contraption here, we'll kind of group them together and then put them over here and align them against this trapdoor, and then it'll send them through the system. And this is a perfect system here. I'm going to probably use this. And then the shulker boxes are spit out on this other dispenser, and they go down and into a shulker box storage for empty boxes. Whoa, that's not good. Oh, that must be full. Yeah, these are full. Yeah, I've done a lot of testing, but and this down here is, where does it go? It goes over to this here. I need to do a little bit more testing. But it goes up into a shulker box stacker, takes empty boxes, and once this double chest and these two hoppers are full, that comparator will send an output or send a signal, and it will trigger this system to dispense all of the empty shulker boxes to stack them to 64. So we're not storing just one shulker box in here like this. They'll be stored in a stack because we have stackable shulker boxes enabled, and that'll make things. I can't. Okay, I can't. Okay, yeah, this'll work. There we go. See how we have 4. Alright, so I still need to work on bulk and put the water streams in, do a lot more testing, but I wanted to just show a little progress update here. And one thing, I don't know if you saw this when I was showing this a minute ago, but I already have places set for the 1.16 items. There's Shroomlight up there. All the wood types, the crimson and warped wood. I'm really, really excited to have those items. They look really cool, and I can't wait to build with them. If I do somehow get the storage built and ready to go and be built in survival before 1.16 comes out, then I'll just put filler items and the sorters in place for the 1.16 items, and then once we update, we can get them and put them into the system. But that's going to be it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed me finishing the Guardian Perimeter. I'm really excited to have that done. There's another overworld perimeter I'm excited to talk about in the next episode, but Project End Island. I'm going to have to come up with a better name. Project something. We're going to transform the End Island into our massive storage system / custom biome. It's going to be great. Anyways, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.